Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, Leading the Way in Education. I'm your host, Andrea De La Cerda, and each week I'm bringing you insightful discussions and news about changes in the landscape of education and entrepreneurship. As a 22-year entrepreneur, corporate executive, business coach, and leader, I mentor a community of change-making women to get out of their box and step into their true calling to make the biggest impact. I believe that increasing conflict that we're seeing in the world today is a sign of the need for systemic change and a call for authentic feminine power and passion to help make that happen. Today's episode is a different one. If you've been following this podcast for the last 2 seasons, you've heard me break down important topics related to education and entrepreneurship. We've taken topics that I care about, such as the mental health of our teachers today and dwindling trust of American consumers, as well as other topics, and provided a research breakdown of these issues, along with proposed innovative solutions. I've always been a researcher and a lover of lifelong learning, so this process has been fun for me. But it also hasn't really given me the opportunity to share more about myself and my own story. So today is not researched, it's not scripted. It is just a window into my 22-year entrepreneurial journey where I stand buck naked now in front of all of you, and truly not because my story is the best story ever told, but because there are lessons and I think themes that you also might relate to. And if not, that's okay. But if my messiness can help one person feel seen, then that's great. I'll take it. I've mentioned this before recently on this podcast, but my first 20 years as an entrepreneur, I had something like 7 businesses. 5 of them failed. And I really would characterize that time as the masculine hustle. A lot of to-do lists, financial projections, business investments, increasing pressure, and really long hours. But is there a feminine balance to this energy? The last 18 months has led me on a journey of self-discovery and closer to this answer. Let me share with you why. The years 2021 and 2022 completely destroyed me. I lost my job. I lost my friends. I almost lost one of my children and my husband too. But what was crazy about all of these situations is that they were all outside of my control. And a shout out to all the moms out there. Have you ever felt compelled to make things better for your husband and your children, even when the issue they're struggling with that's impacting you has nothing to do with you or anything that you did? Maybe they fell off their bike and skinned a knee, or they're going through a breakup with their very first love. There's a compulsion to fix it all. And during these years, it was as if I was outside of my body, watching myself try to right all of the wrongs in my life and in my family's life when nothing was in my control in the first place. But that's my job, right? I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a provider. It's my responsibility. I'm the one who keeps it all together. And it's what I call the mom box. I was in it and I was following the rules of the box. I've always struggled with anxiety and depression, but I was at a new all-time low at this point. I was drinking too much, self-medicating on top of my meds, and sometimes my family would find me passed out on the floor at the end of a long day. It really was not my best look. My self-esteem was in the toilet. I truly lost myself and lost my voice. And how the heck did this happen? I would ask myself. I'm a successful, well-educated businesswoman. It was the closest I have ever come to a nervous breakdown. And I knew that something in me absolutely had to change. I honestly can't even believe I'm saying these words out loud. I knew something had to change, and it was probably going to be a drastic change. So in a moment of lucidity, I called a therapist where my journey of self-healing and self-discovery was about to begin. Soon I would try everything: hypnosis, talk therapy, acupuncture, tapping, NLP, anything. If there was even a chance, it would provide me with some relief. But sometimes creating space to bring your whole self in balance requires drastic changes in your life. Around this time, I found a new business coach. Her name is Fabienne Fredrickson, and she does have a podcast called The Fabienne Show, so you can look for that. She's amazing. And I recently noted a quote from her on a coaching call we had. She said this, quote, "This is where we grow in combination of feminine and masculine. One isn't more important than the other, but the chemical marriage of both is what allows us to go create results that astound all others," end quote. I thought, aha, yes, my masculine task doer and fixer was clearly taking over my life. But where was my feminine side? Where was that loving, appreciative, creative, abundant side of me? I don't know about you. I believe in a higher power, whether it's the universe, God, the divine, choose your word for it. And I believe in the divine's desire for balance. But what if we're out of balance? What does this mean for our businesses, our relationships, and our personal life? I 100% was out of balance in my life. I lost myself and my mental health in the pursuit of this box that I was in and what I thought was expected of me. Winning at society's rules for motherhood was my pursuit, but it was just a role. It wasn't me, and I certainly wasn't winning. Think about your own life. Are there boxes you live in, either at home or with your family or in the office with a loved one? Are there rules that are quote unquote rules that are burned into your subconscious that dictate your thoughts and actions? And where is your feminine self in all of this? I truly want to support my community of women in navigating the realities of what it means to be a woman today and how to step into the person you were actually born to be. We are not our marital status. We are not our job. We are not our children's mother. We are our own unique, beautiful soul that has the power to change the world. I sincerely encourage you to reflect on this idea in your own life and connect with me. I want the opportunity to support you in your journey and listen to your unique story. Leveraging both that masculine and feminine energies, they lead to more holistic success. That masculine energy, characterized by that assertiveness, strategic thinking, goal-oriented action, it drives execution and decision-making. But on the other hand, our feminine energy embodies empathy, creativity, and collaboration. It fosters innovation, team cohesion, and strong customer relationships. So think about it, balancing both. You learn to navigate complex business landscapes more effectively, fostering an environment that encourages both competitive edge and nurturing growth. This topic, I recognize, is probably not one that you might have expected from me today. But I truly believe that by removing expectations we place on ourselves, which are informed by society's rules for us, will give us the space we need to take back control, bring ourselves back into balance, and be the systemic change the world needs. I look forward to sharing more of my little lessons learned in future podcast episodes and also hearing about your experiences too. It's so validating for us to be able to share with one another. So thank you so much for listening and giving me the space to share this topic. And that's all we have for you today. I hope you found some value in today's quick episode, just bringing into balance both your masculine and feminine power. It is truly a superpower. So I hope this episode was inspiring to you. And if it was, please give us a review, like, and subscribe. And please tune in next week for another new episode. Thanks for joining.